In 2035, the world stood on the brink of catastrophe. Geopolitical conflicts had been escalating for years, and tensions between the greatest powers reached a boiling point. The nuclear war that was to change the course of history began with a seemingly small but significant incident. It was a quiet summer evening when an unexpected event occurred over the Baltic Sea. A Russian submarine, operating in the region, accidentally collided with an American destroyer. Both sides, suspecting an attack, immediately engaged in combat. Within hours, the situation spiraled out of control, with an exchange of gunfire and missiles intensifying rapidly. Simultaneously, thousands of miles away, chaos reigned in Washington and Moscow. Leaders of both nations convened urgent crisis meetings. The President of the United States, trying to prevent escalation, established direct contact with the President of Russia. Unfortunately, the atmosphere of distrust and mutual accusations was not conducive to diplomacy. Faced with the threat of a full-scale conflict, both sides prepared for the worst. In Beijing, Chinese leaders closely monitored the situation, fearing that a war between the U.S. and Russia could have unpredictable consequences for their country. They decided to take radical steps. China chose to demonstrate its strength by launching ballistic missiles into the South China Sea. This move, intended to intimidate other powers, was misinterpreted by the United States as a direct threat. Within minutes, the entire world held its breath. Defense systems across the globe were put on the highest alert. Military satellites recorded missile movements, and alarms began blaring in underground bunkers. The U.S. President, surrounded by military advisors, made the hardest decision of his life. To prevent an attack on American soil, he ordered a preemptive nuclear strike on strategic targets in Russia and China. As the missiles with nuclear warheads left their launchers, the world changed forever. In an instant, blinding explosions lit up the skies over many cities. Humanity was drawn into a vortex of destruction that no one could stop. Within a few hours, thousands of years of civilization were buried under rubble. When the smoke cleared, the world faced a new reality, a cold, inhospitable landscape where survival became the priority. The nuclear war had ushered in a new era, the era of the apocalypse, from which humanity would only begin to rebuild.